Hi students, the subject name is EE8402 Transmission and Distribution. Today we will learn the basic concepts of HVDC systems. First we will discuss what is meant by HVDC. HVDC stands for high voltage direct current. And next one is the two AC systems having the different frequencies can be linked up together by means of HVDC link. That means each and every HVDC link has an AC systems at each and every end. In this AC power is converted by thyristor converter valve into DC. That means in this case we have to use rectifier as a converter. Rectifier, it converts AC supply into the DC supply. And next, the DC power, that means the energy of DC is transmitted into the HVDC transmission line in the form of DC to the one end to the another end. And at final end the DC power is inverted in thyristor converters. That means DC power is converted into AC by using thyristor converter valves and fed into the receiving system. And next one is in HVDC technology using becomes economical only for long distances. And next one is why DC transmission is needed. First one is only two conductors are required for DC transmission, and that two conductors are positive and negative polarities, so the losses are very less compared to AC transmission system. And next one is in DC overhead lines or underground cables are less expensive compared to AC transmission system. And finally I already told, and the HVDC becomes economical only for long distances, so it is useful for long distances more than 500 kilometers. And next one is comparison of HVAC and HVDC systems. In HVAC, transmission is having several limitations like line length, uncontrolled power flow, and over or low voltages during lightly or overloaded conditions. And main disadvantages, stability problems we have occurred in HVAC transmission systems. And next one is fault isolation. And next one is losses are very less compared to AC. In DC have low transmission losses and it requires only use for two conductors. And this is the block diagram of HVDC transmission system. First we will generate the AC power by using wind power, solar power, thermal and etc. The transmitted AC power by using AC transmission lines and then converted into DC by using converter stations. The DC transmit by using HVDC transmission line, and then the DC power is converted into AC by using inverter stations. A converted AC transmitted by using AC transmission lines, and finally we receive the AC power by using distribution lines. And this is the process of HVDC transmission by using one place to another place. And next one is what are the components we have to use for HVDC transmission systems. First one is converters. It converts one power supply into the another power supply. And next one is smoothing reactor, is also called as DC reactor. In this DC reactor is connected in series with each poles of the converter stations. That means the inductors are connected in series and the inductance values lies in the range of 0.4 Henry to 1 Henry. And next one is in the smoothing reactors, it decreases the harmonics voltages and currents in the each and every DC lines. And next one is it limits the current in the rectifier when a short circuit maybe occurs. And next topic is harmonic filters. In this equipment we have to use filters to limit the amplitude of harmonics and entering the AC network and the DC lines. And next one is reactive power sources, electrodes, DC lines and AC circuit breakers. These are the basic components of HVDC transmission systems. And next one is in HVDC transmission can be broadly classified into three types. First one is monopolar link, and second one is bipolar link, third one is homopolar link. This is the diagram of monopolar link. In this monopolar HVDC system, this has only one conductors, that means only one pole. It usually of negative polarity. In this monopolar link we have used for negative polarity and uses ground or seawater as the return path. And next one is in this system cost consideration is very small compared to other HVDC systems. And next one is bipolar link. This is two poles, that means two conductors. One conductor is positive and another one is negative with respect to the earth. And this is type of bipolar HVDC system used for all high power DC transmission systems. And next one is at each terminals of two converters, that means two converters of equal rated voltage are connected in series on the DC link. This is the main consideration of bipolar link. If the current in two conductors are equal, the ground current is always zero. And next one is homopolar HVDC system. In this system two conductors are used but all having the same polarity. In this homopolar HVDC system we have considered is a negative polarity. We have used for negative polarity since the corona effect in DC transmission line is very less for negative polarity of these conductors. And next one is the final one is the return path for such a system is through ground. In this system at receiving end there is an inverter performing the reverse of a rectifier followed by primary and secondary of distribution systems. And next one is back to back HVDC transmission system is known as coupling system. In this HVDC coupling system is used for interconnections between geographically adjacent of AC network for the purpose of frequency conversion or for an asynchronous interconnection. In this back-to-back HVDC coupling system, the two AC networks are coupled by a back-to-back converters by using converters. These converters are the rectifiers and inverters are connected to form a DC loop. And there is no DC transmission line for back-to-back DC HVDC coupling systems, and a DC smoothing reactors is also connected in the DC loop. This is the diagram of back-to-back HVDC transmission system. And next one is advantages of HVDC system. It is further classified into two types: technical advantages and economical advantages. First we will discuss technical advantages. Some technical advantages are less corona losses and less radio interferences. And in this HVDC transmission system there is no skin effect and proximity effect and Ferranti effect. And voltage regulation problem is much less serious for DC transmission systems. And next one is the economical advantages are in DC lines and cables are cheaper than compared to AC lines and cables. And next one is the towers of the DC lines are narrower, simpler and cheaper compared to the towers of AC lines. In this DC system already I told only two conductors we are used, so this is a simpler circuit and cheaper circuit compared to AC transmission systems. And next one is line losses in a DC line are so lower than compared to the AC line losses. And next one is disadvantages of HVDC transmission system. The main disadvantage is circuit breaking for multi-terminal line is very difficult. And next one is the required converter stations are expensive and limited overloaded capacity. And in this HVDC transmission system there are a lot of conversions are needed, AC to DC and DC to AC. So in this system this conversion is main disadvantages of compared to HVAC systems, and switching and control availability and maintenance are very less compared to HVAC transmission systems. And next important thing is there is nothing like DC transformer which can change the voltage level in a simple manner. And next one is application of HVDC transmission lines in India. And these are the transmission lines are available in India for HVDC transmissions. Okay, thank you.